Welcome to yet another live session with one of our relationship coaches. And today's topic is going to be very interesting. Let me quickly invite our relationship coach, Anamika. I just invited my colleague, my friend Anamika, onto this discussion. So let's wait and watch. Hey, 𝗕𝗹𝗿𝗶, thanks for joining. Thank you, Ratan Motwani. Thank you so much for joining. Just wait as our colleague, my colleague and relationship coach Anamika would join quickly. So today we're going to learn about the attributes. What are the high value attributes of a woman, right? Hi, Akarma. Thank you so much for joining. So good to see you. Sanyam, thank you so much. Come on, please hit those hearts, and let's welcome our guest, my colleague, my fellow colleague and relationship coach, Anamika. She's yet to join. I believe I just invited her. Let me just wait and see if she's joining. Yep, I invited her. The invite is on. So, all right. Put in the chat box, what do you think are the attributes of a high value woman? According to you, it says Anamika is unable to join. I'm not sure what happened. Give me a minute. Okay, I invited her again. Hey, 𝗕𝗹𝗿𝗶, thank you so much. What do you think? Hey, Anamika, so good to see you. You are very much. I was just worried, I just invited you.
I don't know why.
It says, oh, but
I started.
Okay, how did you get it
I
now?
clicked on
Did you get it the second time?
And then I got.
Oh, okay, good. Thanks. Glad that you could join. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, women may attract some people because of their physical assets, physical features that make them look beautiful or alluring, isn't it? However, these features do not replace the qualities that make a high value woman, right? If you agree to that, put it in the chat box. Agreed, right? So some qualities separate a high value woman from a regular woman. So today I'm going to discuss what are these attributes of a high value woman with my very good friend and relationship coach, Anamika. Anamika, welcome yet another live via today.
Amazing.
So how are you feeling today?
As always. Great. So welcome both the 𝗕𝗹𝗿𝗶s.
Fantastic. Hey, 𝗕𝗹𝗿.
Good to see you both.
Welcome everyone. Yes.
Kumar was mentioning, today we are going to talk about the attributes of a high value woman. And we are not just going to talk about the behavior of how these high value women behave, but also where does it come from? What is the space?
Right.
It's not just that. It's really important that we start practicing these things as an attribute in us, but even if we just start doing it at the action level, it has to come from within us. Important, and we have to see that what are the areas where we are required to align. To see you all here. Hello, Neetu.
Hi, Neetu. Thanks for joining. And why don't you, hit those hearts button and let my screen see all those red hearts out there, and share this live session onto your contacts or onto your followers. Okay. So Anamika, I know that there are some qualities that are different from a regular woman when you talk about high value woman, attributes of a high value. Thank you so much. Hey, Vanchika, thanks for joining. So it is the high value woman is very different from the regular woman, as what I personally know in many ways. So my question to you is, why is it even important to be a high value woman?
So
why is it so important?
It's not that the high value women is regular women. woman is there within every regular woman, right? And it's just hidden beneath the layers of our fears, traumas, our wounds, and whatever that stops us from being that high value women. So at the core of our hearts, and we all want to be that, but because of whatever that we have taken on and whatever beliefs that we have, stop ourselves from reaching that level where we can say that, okay, now now I have arrived at a point where I can say that I can take stand for myself, and I'm loving and I'm kind and I'm gentle and I'm soft and nurturing. But at the same point of time, it doesn't mean that I don't have any control over my life, or I have to look for other people's validation and their approval, and I have love outside.
Right.
But then each woman is there, and we all are on a journey of. So it's not that, why is it important? I guess every woman would relate to this and would understand this. You should do this or you should not do this. It's choice whether you want to be this or not be this, right? And it's totally upon you if you are going to make that choice today, tomorrow, when. It's not an advice that every woman should be that. It's you are that, right? And now how you can move forward at a time, right, and go closer to state.
Fantastic. And Anamika, I really liked when you said, I thought high value women are different from the regular ones, but when you said that every woman has it in them, it just has to be uncovered, isn't it? It just has to be uncovered. That's amazing. I think every woman should know about this thing, that they have some amazing powers within themselves.
True.
They don't realize
the word
yet.
That you use, uncover. It's actually like that. Covering us, and beneath it, we all are that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when we talk about high value women, the discussion is all about that. So what do you mean when you say high value women?
So
what does it really
means
mean
to be a high value woman in simple terms is a woman like in her skin. She's totally with how she is. She is not fighting a battle. So
right.
In life there would be battles and there would be problems and everything, but that fight is not going that I have to be like this or like that. So she is comfortable with parts, and she has come to a point where she has integrated her parts. So the healing journey and the integration journey is lifelong, and it's uncovered in lifetimes and lifetimes. But as a being, when we are operating in this world, when we are creating relationships, going to workplace, doing things, she has integrated it that she's not living in her mind, she's not confused, and she's not overwhelmed that I don't know in her skin.
Right. Somebody was saying, Payal was saying that your voice is breaking and not clear. Whose voice is it? Is it mine? I think it's.
Do I just
Anamika's?
log out and then log in?
No. I can personally hear it very clearly. In fact, it's very clear to me.
I can hear you very clearly.
So probably there. Yeah. Okay. Somebody says voice of Anamika is sometimes not audible. Some other person is saying that. Okay. But I can hear you very clearly, Anamika.
Sure.
Do you want to log off and come in again? I'm not sure how we do it. Rejoin. I'll just invite you again. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for informing. Let me invite her once again. And meanwhile, why don't you just share this live to your followers, with your followers, so that we are talking about this topic. Thank you so much for joining, Neetu, I see you. Let me invite her back. Hey, Seema Manchika, thank you so much for being patient. And yes, she's back, I believe. Hey,
Am I
Anamika,
back?
welcome back. Yes,
Great.
you're back.
Guys, let us know that if you're audible now.
Yes, please type in the chat box if Anamika is audible. So, yes, Anamika, meanwhile, you can just tell us, what do you really mean when you say high value woman?
Yes. So, like I said, that she's comfortable in her skin, right? She's totally comfortable in her skin. She's
Right.
in her power, in her personal power, and she is like the word itself says, that high value women, right? So she also has a very clear set of, okay, these are my values. This is where I stand. This is where I am right now, and I'm not afraid to say this to anybody. So that's how a high value woman operates in the world, in her day-to-day life, in her dealings, and whatever she's doing. So she has integrated and aligned herself in that way, where she can present herself in that alignment.
Interesting. And while you were talking or sharing about what a high value woman is like, another question just popped into my mind when you said that every woman has it, it has to be uncovered. Can you please tell me, Anamika, I know maybe this is totally a different question for you, but what, when women are growing, where does it go? I mean, why not everybody become a high value woman? What stops them? What stops them really to be themselves? All that you said.
Yeah. So when we were children, in the last conversation, we talked about attachment styles, right?
Right.
And
Yes.
and we talked about that, how we are born as a blank state. Now we all have this need of love and connection, just human needs. So the problem with being born in this kind of dimension is that we have our needs. We are born in a certain way that we have physiological needs, mental needs, emotional needs, all sorts of needs. And while we had that in place, where we were created like that, when we were growing up, we were fed with the belief that it's not possible for you to meet that need. So maybe different kind of beliefs were fed into our heads, that if you do this for me, maybe you'll get that, right? But because as children, we are so much dependent on survival, right? We confuse our meeting our need of love and connection as a way to survive as a child. And then we start developing our defense mechanisms, coping mechanisms. So different people have a different way of dealing with things. A lot of people just shut themselves down. They stop talking to people, sharing their emotions, start suppressing their emotions. The other side of people, they become probably emotionally manipulative. They become pretentious. They have to figure out ways to get things done, which involves a lot of pleasing, which can involve a lot of controlling other people, and a lot of things. It's a huge area. But the whole point is that because of this confusion that happened in us, and for us to survive, we had to develop that coping mechanism to meet that need of ours, right? But even after we grow up, we have grown up as adults, now we have not figured out a different way of doing the same thing, of getting our needs met, of meeting our wants and desires and whatever we want. So we don't know how to put that out in a more healthy way. So the only way we have learned was that way as a child, where we had to play these games, right? Maybe blame somebody, maybe play the victim, maybe even people who start controlling everything. So people become so dominating, and because this is such an innate need in us, and this is the only way we have figured out, we continue to keep repeating that cycle, because otherwise we feel that if I don't get that, if my partner leaves me, If somebody I love, I lose that. If I lose my business, I'm literally gonna die. That's how it really feels, because now it's a mix. It's like a total mixture inside our heads.
Right. So can I say that these are the patterns which are actually formed right from the childhood, where we also called it as conditioning. It's a survival mechanism, basically. Is that right, Anamika?
Yes. Yeah. Totally a survival mechanism.
Right. So we have a question there in one of the comments. Vanshika is asking, does a high value woman has traits like a Sigma female? Is what she's asking.
Sigma female, what do you exactly mean by Sigma female, Vanshika? If you could explain that what do you get by that?
Yeah. If you could type in what Anamika has asked, Vanshika, that would be really good. Okay, Seema is asking, let's move on to another question. Seema is asking, what are important traits of a high valued woman? Can we have a round of applause for Seema? Because that was the next question I'm about to ask.
We are glad that you asked that, Seema.
Thanks, Seema. So, can you tell us 5 attributes of a high value woman, Anamika?
Sure. So, a high value woman, first of all, knows how to set boundaries. And by setting boundaries, it does not mean that she is arrogant, right? Or she has figured out a way to control the situation or anything. Setting healthy boundaries means just clearly putting yourself out that this is what my non-negotiables are, my values are, my beliefs are, not with the intention that only the other person should understand, but with the intention that I have that clarity about myself.
Correct.
And because relationships are when you are in love, so you consider the other person as a part of you, as a part of your life, right? And in healthy relationships, there's a healthy give and take that happens. So in those relationships, both the partners or people whosoever are involved, they value boundaries. And it's not that only she has boundaries, she values the boundaries of the other person also, right? So she comes from that assertive sense that this is how it is and this is non-negotiable, right? And if you bring on the table your non-negotiable, I'm totally okay to respect that. Why this is an important trait of a high value woman? Because she is not fearful. So the problem that comes with setting boundaries is people have this fear that what is the other person going to think? How are they going to judge me? How are they going to react? What if they abandon me, leave me, and I'll be alone? And all of these myriads of fears coming in. But she doesn't have that fear, right? Because she also feels very much complete in herself. And she has her own individuality and her own expression. So she doesn't have to get validation from the other person that the way you are is beautiful and right. She knows she is like that. And that is why she has the capacity to respect herself and the other person. So that is one thing. Then another point which is coming to my head is she has gotten over this thing of judgment. Right. So she's not afraid of her emotions. She's not at all afraid of her emotions, facing her emotions. She's fearless. But being fearless does not mean that she does not feel fearful. She feels the fear, she feels the emotions, but she's not controlled by all of those. Right. So she knows that how and how much and in how much quantity she has to use her emotions, right? So that she doesn't reject them and she doesn't get overwhelmed by them by creating stories which are not there. So she knows how to manage it. And because she has developed this sense of integration in herself, that she is not judging her parts, she is not also judging when the other people come and they share their parts. Right. Because the truth is that our judgment for others is more about us. right? And when it happens that somebody else says something to you and you are getting triggered, in that case also, it's not about them, it is about you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so true. So true. And I remember when I was talking to 𝗕𝗹𝗿 once, he said, 𝗕𝗹𝗿, why do people get angry and why we are so triggered and what really happens and all. The answer that he gave was such an amazing and eye opener for me that, Kumar, it's not that somebody's triggering anger in you. It's already inside you, which is just coming out. How true it is. We don't get triggered. Things are already within us. If you're holding a coffee and if you bump into somebody, you're gonna spill what's there in the cup. It doesn't matter what's there in the cup. You're gonna spill it, right? So that's about it. And I really like when you said that it's all about us when we are judging others and all that. For that, I have this statement, which is what you see in others exists in you. Isn't it so true? And that's how people project on others, isn't it? They have these qualities in themselves and they just project it on others. Right? So Anamika, my next question to you is, all right, people who are watching, what are the traits that you really liked? Could you please mention in the comments and flash those hearts and share this live video with your followers? That would be really awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more thing that was coming to my head while you were just talking about this. Another trait which comes of a high value woman is that she's aware. She's aware of why she behaves the way she does. So it's like we are on an ongoing journey of knowing ourselves, right? So it's not that I'm going to figure out everything about myself, in a month. So there will always be something new coming up, which we haven't seen. So a high value woman is a woman who is open, right? And open to see that, okay, this is what has come up now. So what do I need to do with this? Why did I do that? Now integrating that, healing that, and then coming to a point that, okay, now what do I do with it differently? So I'm not going to repeat the same story, sob story, or any story which I've been holding on to. So she also does not hold things too tight or too loose. So she's kind of in the middle where she's holding things, but when it's time for her to let go of things, she lets it go. So she let things come to her, and she also lets it go. So it's not just healthy give and take in relationships. It's kind of a self-proficient machine inside yourself that, okay, when it comes, it comes, and it's mine, and I'm happy and graceful to receive it. And when it goes, it goes. It has played its role, and I'm not going to hold on to something so tight that it becomes a baggage. Then another most important point which a high value woman has is she takes ownership and responsibility, and she is accountable. So this is the most important attribute, especially for me, because with most women, what I've seen, and not just women, every human being, right? So our first response is always flight or fight, because it's so hard to feel those emotions and go through that hard phase, difficult phase where you have to have difficult conversations. So it's always easier to play the blame game. And it's not just women do it or men do it, everybody does it. Right. So this is the most important thing when it comes to our healing journey, that we start taking ownership and responsibility. Because wherever we are, and no matter what we have gone through, no matter how small our role was, but there is still some role that we have played, and we have the power to correct it. Not course corrected going in the past, but in today, right now, there's something certainly we can do. So she does not run away from taking responsibility for her healing, for her relationships, for situations in her life. Right. So that
and we
another
have
thing.
And we have a couple of comments out here by Seema Bhaskar. She's not afraid to be vulnerable. It's what she says. That's one of the traits. Absolutely, absolutely, Seema. And she says able to set healthy boundaries without being afraid of any judgments, right? And she has a healthy attachment style, says Vanshika. Absolutely, absolutely. And Anamika, thank you so much for telling all those traits of a high value woman. What can be so important action steps next? Now you said that every woman has this high value qualities inside that they just have to uncover it. How do they uncover it?
Right.
What's the solution? What's the way out?
Right. So the uncovering of these things in ourselves, as the first thing is we have to become aware, right? So we have to become aware that why we are the way we are. So the way we work at Anamika Kumar, as you already know, so this is just about the people here, that we always follow the 3-step process: awareness, acceptance, and action. So first, becoming aware. Where are you? Why are you where you are? What are your beliefs? What are you bringing on the table? What is your role in your whole story? What's going on? Getting clarity about that, right? That is the first thing. Becoming aware also means that you become aware at many different levels of your being. So not just at the mental level, but becoming aware at the level of the body, becoming aware at the level of your emotions, right? Then the second step comes as the step of acceptance, right? And the step of acceptance is a very important step because that acceptance, how we follow it, is going forward with equanimity. So these splits were created within each one of us. This fragmentation happened because every time we had a need which we wanted to meet, and that did not happen. There was a fragment which was born within us, which was there to support kind of a survival mechanism that to handle that hurt, right? That that person saying inside you that it's okay. Now let me see. Now that other part can be very aggressive. It can also be very what should I say? Shut down. So likewise, we had so many different splits which started happening inside us. So becoming aware of where you're coming from will help you become aware of these splits. Then coming to the place of acceptance. Now acceptance also has many different layers, and in different ways we use it. So integration, being non-judgmental to all your parts, integrating them with a lot of love, right? And then not judging your emotions, feeling your feelings without any judgment, just the way they are, right? And allowing it, because this baggage is so much now. It's so much that to cleanse it and to clear it out, it's going to take some time, right? Different people, different timelines, but that acceptance needs to come, that now it is what it is. What happened, right? So I'm not going to ruin all of my present just because now I have brought this from the past. And that doesn't mean that you didn't get hurt. Then in many things it wasn't your fault. Many things it was your fault. Many things you judge other people, you judge yourself, whatever. A lot of things, because we are kind of an ocean of ourselves. We are so multidimensional, so much. That acceptance happens, then that has to reflect in your actions as well, right? What actions? What do I need to do today, which is different from what I did yesterday, right? So, and that all of these things, after a certain point of, for this is for understanding, we separate them, but all of these things actually happen together. The awareness is happening. You're aware in the present moment. That acceptance is happening. You're dissolving the knots, and that action is also happening, right? And another important things, especially not just women, for everybody, but women are here. So another important thing is we disconnect with our bodies. The most important thing is now to reconnect with the body, right? So there's a lot of disconnect that happens when we go through emotional abuse. So the traits of the feminine are the intuitive, emotional, the gentle, the softer, the loving, nurturing. All these traits of the divine feminine come up in picture. And our body is made up of the 5 elements, and the feminine is, you know, she's dark, she's earthy, she lives so much in the body. So the more you connect with the body, a lot of women start manifesting these diseases in their bodies. So it's like coming back home, starting at the root level, the body, right? And slowly becoming aware that, okay, how this part of me feels, how my body feels, right? Moving your body, any exercise, not just doing it that I have to lose weight, but with a lot of awareness that how my body is actually feeling, because feeling is happening in the body, within the body, right? So that kind of reconnection is required with your emotions, with your body, and of course, living more mindfully. That your mind wanders, it wanders all the time. Developing a practice where you can come back to the present moment, because you cannot work in the past or the future. The work always happens in the present.
Right. That's fantastic. That's amazing. And let's have a quick quiz here. Let's see who was very attentive and listening. Okay. So what are the 3 points which Anamika just mentioned? When I said what are the important steps, after knowing that, to uncover, that high value woman inside you. Put in the chat box. Let's see who was hearing very attentively. What are those 3 steps? Whoever is doing it will get a prize. Yes. Let's see. What are those 3 steps? If you're not saying it, I'm going to say it. Okay. So yes, Anamika. While somebody types that, I know that we Anamify team are actually coming up with a retreat in January, and I know that this is only for women, and it's also called as a Shakti Element Retreat for Women. So could you please brief us what is it all about and who should be attending? I got the answer here. Awareness, acceptance, and action. Fantastic. Can we have a round of applause for 𝗖𝗹𝗿? You are very attentive, Seema. Fantastic. You are listening for sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Anamika. Can you brief about what is this retreat all about? And I know it's women only. Who should be attending?
Right. So Kumar, this retreat, although we are going to do the same schedule with everyone, but women can come with their own intentions of right now how they want to manifest, what do they want to manifest in their lives. So this is going to include a lot of things that will help you, take you closer to your divine feminine form, and according to this conversation, closer to being a high value woman, right? And that includes, we created this space with, the intention to drop the baggages. There's so much we are holding on. And why this is just women only? Because the energy, when the energy of so many women comes together and they collide, and it's very different, it's very feminine, and it's very nice and beautiful, right? So, and it's comfortable also, that we all can do the work in a very comfortable space. So all the baggages that we have been doing, we have been holding on to, drop them, take out 2 days, go through. It's not, and it doesn't mean that we are just going to have like fun. A lot of catharsis happens in this retreat, and it's important because we are not getting the environment to do that at our own place. This retreat is a place for people to find that environment, come take out 2.5 days of their lives and just focus on themselves, because to a lot of people even prioritizing themselves it feels like selfish to them. So for some time, be selfish, and along with dropping the baggage, then we get into the space of cleansing, and cleansing at the level of body, at the level of mind, at the level of emotions. So we work through the chakras. We do these one-on-one and group sessions where where our coaches talk with people one-on-one and also in groups, and get into, finding concrete solutions, action plans about the current problems in their lives. And along with that, a lot of energy work happens in the retreats. So a lot of energy work will be done from our side. So all people have to do is be in the receiving mode. So the feminine is the receiver. She's like magnetic and sensuous and so beautiful. She is beauty, right? So to come to that form it's beautiful, and that's what we're going to do. So at the end, we focus on opening our hearts and reconnecting back with our heart, our body, our mind in a more healthy way. We are too much connected to the mind. The thing is that we are thinking all the time.
Right. Wow. Sounds so exciting to me. So to all the women out there, if you want to know more about the retreat, why don't you drop a comment saying the Shakti element or the retreat, so that we can send you the details. And if you want to be part of our inner circle, inner community, please check my bio and click on the link so that you can directly join our WhatsApp group out there, where we will have a lot of discussions about the relationships and so many other things, especially the retreat that Anamika mentioned. I think 2 days. How many days is it, Anamika? Is it 2 nights, 3 days, something like that?
2.5 days.
Okay. Fantastic. I think those 2.5 days going to be awesome transformational days for all those who are going to join us. So drop in the comment and also join our community. So Anamika, before we end this live session, anything that you want to share with women when it comes to personal healing or the retreat or the baggages that they carry, whatever, one last message from your side?
Yes, so my message would be that the power, your personal power is within you, right? And the only person that's stopping you is you right now, to take that one step, and small little steps. You don't have to jump bridges in one go, but do one small thing every single day just for yourself. And loving yourself does not mean you're selfish, right? Prioritizing yourself is not being selfish, right? It's beautiful, because the more beautiful things you fill your cup with, that is what you're going to spill on people, right? So it's your cup. It's nobody else's cup. Nobody can put anything in it. It's your cup, and only you can put in it. So become aware of what your cup is filled with, and fill it with that power, with that beauty, with that compassion and fierceness, of course. So
superb, fantastic.
Feminine is a lot of things, and realize that in you.
Absolutely. So we talked about being aware, accept, and ladies, and if there is any gentleman out there, it's time to take action. You just got to take action, join our group, or if you want to know more, put it in the comment section. Thank you so much, Anamika, for joining this live and sharing the topic on how to become a high value woman. Thank you so much, everybody, whoever shared, for all those hearts and likes and whatever all those comments and questions. Fantastic. We will keep coming like this live every Wednesday and Fridays. That's what we planned for. So thank you so much. See you all, everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone. Night. Have a great evening. Bye-bye. Thanks, Kumar. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.